Good morning. How is everybody? Jackie says greetings. Happy Capricorn and Winter Solstice Eve. Hello, Lucy. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Nicole. Hi, Greg. Wonderful live yesterday, Greg. Such a natural. If you guys have a chance to go hang out with Greg on Insight Timer, he has a few coming up at 4:44 p.m. Eastern Time, but he does this thing called Chakra Touch, and it's just a cool hangout place. Happy Wednesday, Christine. Hello, Lori from Southern Wisconsin. Let us know where you guys are joining from, if you'd like. Hello, Elena. Warm greetings from Roxy. You're welcome, Greg. If this is your first time with me, my name is Jacqui Mancuso. I am joining you guys from Northern Illinois, where we haven't even had much of a winter yet. I can't even complain. I mean, granted, winter starts tomorrow, but yeah, it's been really warm here, and I'm grateful for it. But today we're here to talk about the winter solstice. We'll talk about Capricorn season, talk a little bit about Mercury retrograde, and then we're going to pull some oracle cards to see how to best utilize this energy. Chantel, hello. I missed your Mercury retrograde live, but watched it on YouTube. The cards were so on point. You're very welcome, Chantel. Hello, Bonnie. Darlene from 30,000 feet, flying from Michigan back to Utah. Awesome. I'm on a plane right now, everybody. Greg is from Rochester, New York. Where is that in the state? I know nothing about New York. Sarah from Southwest Florida. Welcome. Christine, Greg, I meant to tell you thank you for the other day. I accidentally left your class and couldn't get back in. Karen, greetings from beautiful Southern Oregon. Welcome, Karen. And hello, Michelle. Alrighty. Let's chat. Actually, I wanted to ask you guys, because Mercury has been retrograde now for a week, and Mercury is retrograding through Capricorn. So if you would like to reflect on your last week, what opportunities for boundary setting have come up? Just a quick question, if you'd like to reflect on that. What opportunities for boundary setting have come up in the last week? Because this Mercury retrograde in Capricorn now is about reflecting on your structure in life. What structures, what boundaries, what container have you created for yourself? Is it still the container that you want? Is it still the type of boundary that you want? Julie says, good morning from far Northern California. Welcome. Lucy, if this is the Lucy I think it is, you're in the UK, then yes, the solstice would be on the 22nd for you. Yes. Is it? You, maybe? You are in the UK, though. Hi, Patty. Leah has been working on boundaries with the relationship. Yes. Nancy, hello. Uppercase Western New York. Sarah, work. They ask more and more, and it's definitely affecting me emotionally and physically, so I'm focused on saying no more. That's great. Upstate. Yes, Lucy, we'll talk about the solstice in just 1 second. Julie, boundary on my own thinking and self-talk. Love it. Patty's working on boundaries around the holidays. Jackie, I've successfully put boundaries around expending effort with my family when I can say no or take the easier option. Christine had a chat with your son and held some boundaries big time yesterday. Cool. Cool. So Mercury retrograde is about to move back into Sagittarius. We're almost done in Capricorn. And we will discuss that in full on Friday. So come back in 2 days to talk more about Mercury retrograde moving back into Sag. But while Mercury retrograde is still in Capricorn, I invite you to reflect on what boundaries have been tested. Just see what that feels like. What boundaries have you created, specifically within the last week? Like, how have you readjusted the boundaries? Where have you said no? It already sounds like a lot of you guys are saying no. Where have you wanted to say no and you didn't? Why didn't you say no? And are you happy with your choice? Lucy, lots of relationship boundary opportunities come up for me. The universe is pushing me hard. This boundary setting energy is going to continue. That's why I'm spending some time on it. Greg, balancing my newly forming schedule and how to structure my business offers. Love it, love it. Capricorn is all about business as well. Look at you go. Cheryl, I'm working on boundaries around food. This is like baptism by fire time to do that right around the holidays. So good job with your strong will on that one. Bonnie, good conversation with someone yesterday that was an honest one. In the past, we both have been more guarded. So you're loosening your boundaries with yourself is what that sounds like. You're allowing yourself to get more vulnerable and to open up a little bit. It's cool. It's not always about having stronger boundaries. It's about readjusting your boundaries. Jonathan, boundaries on social attachments. Work-related mostly. I need to say no more, but I'm caught so much in not wanting to disrupt others involved. Tell me about it. Chantel, I've said no and sticking to my boundaries, but so much guilt has gone up. So much guilt has come up. Trying to let that go. All these things that you guys are talking about, we're going to get to in my notes for today. So it's actually really cool that the exact things that you guys are experiencing right now are already coming through in the astrology. Sarah, taking 10 days off starting Friday afternoon. I'll be turning my phone off so work-related calls can't come in. Though I haven't been saying no to dropping off items for clients in need. Work for a nonprofit and salaried, so it's hard to say no with the guilt. Yes. You guys are doing a good job. You're working. You're trying, right? That's the whole point, is if you're working in the direction, like if you're intending to go where you want to go, you're gonna get where you're supposed to go. Hello, Teresa. Happy to be here. Boundaries are tough for me working on them. Well, let's talk a little bit about Capricorn season and about the winter solstice and about winter in general. So tomorrow evening for me, I'm in Central Time. So Central Time at 9:28 p.m., the sun will enter Capricorn. So depending on where you are in the world, you can adjust for your time. In the UK, it sounds like the solstice this year is on the 22nd. But the sun will enter Capricorn tomorrow, the 21st at 9:28 p.m. Central Time, making tomorrow or Friday the winter solstice, which is the shortest and darkest day of the year. But the winter solstice is also a celebration of the beginning of the return of the light. And I'm sure that there's a pagan holiday that I'm just not aware of, that I'm sure once someone says it in the chat, I'm going to kick myself, but I'm an astrologer. So looking at the astrology for the solstice, is it Yule? That sounds right, Jennifer. We have a beautiful, harmonious chart. Just so much beautiful energy. And the chart for the solstice is almost like a tuning fork, like sounding the tuning fork, not only for the whole Capricorn season, but since this is the winter solstice, it sounds the tuning fork for the entire winter season. So the energy available in the chart for the winter solstice can resonate for the next 3 months. Yes, Yule. Awesome. So the sun and Mercury right now are conjunct in Capricorn. They're right on top of each other. Supercharge, actually it's Mercury retrograde. So the sun and Mercury retrograde are right next to each other at the early degrees of Capricorn. Not right now, but when the winter solstice strikes. This supercharges our communication of boundaries. The conjunction will be exact sometime Friday, the 22nd. But right as the sun enters Capricorn at 0, Mercury is coming back at 1 degree. So they're very, very close. And the sun conjunct Mercury retrograde in Capricorn can shine a light, the sun, on your thoughts, Mercury, around boundaries. So shining a light on your thoughts around boundaries. And this energy can resonate for the next 3 months, the whole winter season. This is like our setup. So you might find yourself asking, how do I want to be treated? How can I communicate, Mercury, what I'm able to provide, Capricorn, and what I'm not able to provide? I'm feeling this energy is the most strong through Capricorn season, through January 19th. That's as long as the sun will be in Capricorn. And this will light up our ability to create structure and stability in our life. Capricorn season is a time of planning and preparation. Capricorn is our cardinal earth sign, starting the practical actions. And this is a timely time of planning and preparation, as it's at the very end of the calendar year. So it's a time to create your goals for 2024. It's a time to create your plan of action, knowing what steps you might want to take. And if you guys have been with me for some time, I'm not shy to talk about, I'm more of a fan of Aries season resolutions, zodiac year resolutions, instead of New Year's resolutions. But since I've been working my Patreon group, Embody Astrology, we've been going through every single month, every single zodiac season, dissecting how we can bring that energy into our lives, embody the astrology into our lives. So I've been rethinking what I actually think about all of this. And anytime that you change a habit to change your life, it's going to be a pretty slow process. You know, you can make some monumental quantum jumps one day at a time, but the whole energy of changing your structure, changing your habit, it's going to take some time. So I'm not against New Year's resolutions, but if you have an understanding of how the astrology wants to support you, it might make your New Year's resolutions more probable, if that makes sense. So in Capricorn season, starting tomorrow, it's a time of planning. It's a time of seeing the roadmap. Then comes Aquarius season, so you have a month to think over, is this really what I want? Let it sit, communicate about it, talk about it with people. Then you have Pisces season to surrender. And then you have Aries season to start taking action on what you want. So, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but I encourage you to plan now. Use that structural building energy of Capricorn to create your roadmap. Then in Aquarius season, let your mind mull over it. And then in Pisces season, let the parts of yourself dissolve that hold you back from this life. The universe always sets you up with that alley-oop. And then in Aries season, it's full steam ahead. Good morning from New Jersey. I am going through a very tough time. Any advice will be greatly appreciated. Well, I'm glad that you came. I'm in the middle of discussing the winter solstice. So my intention here on Insight Timer is to share what the sky is offering to all of us. And then I know that your intuition will pick up exactly what you need to hear right now. And then after I describe the energy of the astrology, we pull oracle cards, and the answers that come through are always just chef's kiss, exactly what you need. Sarah, I like that idea. Aquarius season gives me more time after the holidays to put my resolutions into action. Yes, yes, yes. You're very welcome, Mary. I love doing this. And thank you, Jonathan, for your donation. Much appreciated. So, I digress from my little tangent about New Year's resolutions. I just wanted to clarify that a little bit because I'm starting to restructure my own thoughts, right? Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, who would have thought? So, as the sun enters Capricorn, Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, is forming a harmonious sextile to the sun. They're 60 degrees away. And actually, this is part of a minor grand trine to the sun and moon. Resolutions, I like that, Greg. So as the sun enters Capricorn, as we hit this tuning fork of the winter solstice, we have what's called a minor grand trine, which is involved with a trine. So sun and moon are trining 120 degrees away, very harmonious. And then we have two sextiles that both end at Saturn. So it looks like a mini triangle in the sky. So the sun and moon are trine. Saturn is in the middle, forming a sextile to both. This is indicative of forming a talent. So over the next 3 months, you can expect to find harmony between the sun, your light, how you shine, your emotions, the moon, how you process, and Saturn, your responsibility, how you create structure. Now, finding balance isn't always just sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes you have to go through the ringer to come into balance because you have to find the balance inside yourself. But this is a helpful setup for you to find harmony between how you shine, how you process your emotions, and how you create the structures in your life. One more thing to mention about this minor grand trine is it is what's called a feminine minor grand trine because the sun and the moon are in Capricorn and Taurus, earth signs. Saturn in Pisces is in a water sign. Earth and water are both feminine signs when it comes to the elements of astrology. So feminine is receptive energy. I see this minor grand trine ringing through as receiving opportunities to redefine your boundaries to yourself or to others, right? It kind of has to start with yourself if you want it to ring out to other people. But the boundary part comes in with Saturn in Pisces. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. Both are very much related to your structure, your boundary. With this minor grand trine, looks like this, the moon at 0 of Taurus, right, or at the solstice, the moon is also conjunct Jupiter. Jupiter's at 5 degrees of Taurus. Jupiter expands while also bringing luck, abundance, and growth. So Jupiter is right here expanding your emotions, bringing abundance, bringing an abundance of emotions, and growing your emotions. So what I suggest is to listen to your emotions this season. Specifically Capricorn season. This will resonate through all of winter. But I wouldn't let your emotions control your boundaries. This is a fine line. Rather, I suggest to learn from your emotions. Why did this trigger me? What is this anger trying to tell me? Like, why did that make me angry? What is the anger trying to tell me? What is my sadness trying to tell me? Why am I longing for this? What is it about this that my body, my soul is yearning for? I was trying to remember the exact way I heard it, and I was having a hard time, and I'm going to see if it'll come through now. And I don't even remember what I was listening to, but I was listening to something, and it was talking about your emotions and how your emotions are like little helpers. And I had this whole, it made sense in energy, but I haven't put the words to it yet. It's like emotions are kind of like our angels. They come in, they are energy in motion, and the emotions come in to show us stuff. Emotions are messengers. Emotions are here to help communicate. Like they're trying to get your conscious mind to understand something because the emotion is rising up. It's like screaming up, like, hey, listen to me. I have something to say. So that was a little anecdote that I don't think I gave justice, but if it resonated, cool. Elisa's been crying at everything lately, which is not a typical emotion response for me. Sarah, too. Interesting. I wonder what that's all about. All right, so we have the moon conjunct Jupiter. Good morning, Suzanne. Big emotions. Sextile, 60 degrees, harmonious. Sextile Saturn in Pisces. Saturn in Pisces wants us to regulate our emotions. He's been there since March. He's going to be there for about another year. Saturn in Pisces already wants us to regulate our emotions and to utilize our emotions to create the life of our dreams. So by reflecting upon them, listening to them, learning from them, instead of shaming them, right? Instead of like, oh my God, I'm sad. I can't wait for this to be over. I just have to be happy again. Give them some respect. And then throughout this whole talk, keep in mind that the North Node is still in Aries and still will be for about another year. This winter, this Capricorn season and this winter is an opportunity for you to create boundaries and structures with your highest good in mind. North Node in Aries points to, I need to do what's best for me. All of us are feeling this right now. We all are we are all receiving opportunities to put ourselves first. And it's not to put your ego first. What is your soul's highest good? And the more you can keep that in mind, the easier all of this energy suddenly becomes. Luna was very angry today. Liz says, emotions to me are the inner being telling us whether what we're thinking or doing is good for us long term or aligns with our best interest. I love that, Liz. Luna, is it possible to learn astrology here? I would say yes, because that's what I just did, was describe the astrology in a teaching style. If you're asking for like specific astrology lessons, this platform is more like moment to moment, day by day astrology. I talk about what's actually happening in the sky right now, but I do have a course on Insight Timer called Astrology 101, and that is 13 days of learning the basics of astrology. So if that's what you're looking for, you can find that on my teacher profile. Thank you, Jackie. Chantel says, this is so true. Anger helps to understand that your boundaries are being pushed. Interesting. I had a really nice journaling session this morning about boundaries. Excited to have a fun conversation this afternoon. All right, so we're going to jump to the cards. I have 2 different decks today, and we're going to ask 2 different questions. So from the first deck, we are asking how to utilize the Sun in Capricorn energy for our highest good. So the Sun is in Capricorn from December 21st until January 19th. It's a time of structuring our lives, planning, preparing. Christine says, I totally get that. Our emotions are our guides as long as you get curious about them. Exactly. Don't judge them. Get curious about them. So we will be asking the Star Codes Astro Oracle how to utilize the Sun in Capricorn energy for our highest good. And I always do group readings, but they are always exactly what we all need to hear. And I'm not even just like boosting my ego saying that. I think it's crazy. So feel free to send your energy into this deck asking how to utilize the Sun in Capricorn for our highest good. Michelle says, can you also talk about the moon going into Taurus right before the solstice? I did kind of include it with the moon and Jupiter. Right now my brain is focusing on the cards and the question. But the moon in Taurus is needing simpleness for emotions. Joy, I use this deck every Sunday to set the tone for the week. Luna, where is Astrology 101? I can't find it. In my teacher profile, it should be under courses. If someone else knows something different, please help. Lori, I'm a Capricorn. My birthday is June 12th. Well, happy early birthday. All right, how can we best utilize the Sun in Capricorn energy for our highest good? And what I am doing is allowing 3 cards to fall out of the deck for us. And I trust that these are all for our highest good. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm trying to solve this problem. Thank you, Joy, for stepping in. Look for my course in courses on Insight Timer. Just search Astrology 101. All right, so I will show you the backs of these 3 cards. So you're going to see the same image 3 times. You're going to see the same thing 3 times, so the picture's not going to change. But this is an opportunity for you guys to just look at what's on the bottom of the deck. I just thought that's funny. We're talking about all the Saturn stuff. Brain, Mercury retrograde, guys. Here it is in action. I invite you to tune into your intuition and just see if any of the cards feel different than the others. If they all feel the same, perfect. Your intuition is not broken. It just means that the whole reading is for you. The whole reading is for you regardless. But if any of the cards make you feel a certain type of way, if something shifts, if you sneeze, if your dog moves, if anything changes, that could be your team, your spirit team, the universe, showing you that card has a strong message for you. So without further ado, how can we best utilize the Sun and Capricorn energy for our highest good? Here's the back of card number 3. Wow, that was 1. Here's the back of card number 1. Here's the back of card number 2. And here's the back of card number 3. Let us know in the chat which cards are resonating with you, if any. I'm going to show them one more time. Definitely 1 for 3, maybe a little 3. I keep saying 3. Jean, 2 and 3 for me. Interesting, didn't get anything the first time, Chantel. But the second time, 1 bird song, 2 chest, 3 light. Greg, I'll take 3, whichever one that is. Roxy, 1 and 3. Lori, all. Maggie, 2 and 3. Diane, I just gotta go with 1 because your mishap made me jolly laugh. Happy to help. Tracy, 1 and 3. Suzanne, they all seemed equal this time, but maybe 2 slightly more. All right, let's get to it. How to best utilize the energy of the sun in Capricorn. The first card brings us Jupiter with the message of abundance. Card number 23. This is the one I accidentally said 3 to. Interesting that Jupiter is included in that mini grand trine. What do I call it? Too much in my brain right now. However, Jupiter symbolizes how we expand our world through education, law, philosophy, travel, abundance, and an expansive spirit. Jupiter, the traditional ruler of Sagittarius and Pisces, is a huge gas planet, 2.5 times the volume of all other planets put together. It takes 12 years to circle the zodiac, spending roughly 1 year in each sign. Named for the ruler of all gods and surrounded by 79 known moons, Jupiter never does anything in small proportions. Think bigger. This scenario requires you to be expansive and forgiving. Deal with it in a spacious, curious, fair, and philosophical way. Think globally. Bring in contributions from all around the world. Consider traveling physically or traveling with your senses by listening to music from a less familiar culture or tasting their food. Talk to people who grew up in a circumstance foreign to you and get their viewpoint. Diversify your perspective and take that of your team to discover the missing pieces needed to make up a larger whole. Engage in abundant optimism. Get the word out through generosity. Give abundantly, and goodwill comes back to you. Invest in education, publication, and broadcasting. Just be careful that your generosity is actually helping the recipient, not enabling or burdening them. Ask what would really help. Jupiter's energy needs a big room and an audience, but it can overshadow important people in intimate circumstances. Watch that your expansive capacity does not cramp the experimentation of beginners or crowd-beloved introverts. Notice where you might overwhelm the people you love and give them room for their more subtle style. If you are the one being so overwhelmed, appreciate your own value. Expand in ways that work for you and let the person with Jupiter energy just do their thing. The challenge of Jupiter can bring too much of a good thing or leave people feeling overwhelmed. Watch out for magical thinking and a Pollyanna avoidance of problems. The gift of Jupiter, given you shall receive. Jupiter calls you to expand your worldview, so reach out and feel at one with the whole universe. In alignment with Jupiter's largeness and expansiveness, here, Michelle, this card is, oh my gosh, my brain. This card said a lot. That's what I was getting at. This card said a lot. What I think is interesting is that this is the one that I said 3 to, and it's 1, and so like I was automatically making the card bigger than it really was, right, in quantity. And it made Diane jolly laugh. I equate Jupiter to Santa Claus energy, to Kool-Aid Man energy. Here I am, right? I am Jupiter. I'm taking up space. So how to utilize the Sun in Capricorn energy? We're talking about Sun in Capricorn is all about restructuring your life. getting your boundaries in alignment. Jupiter's message is letting us know that if you need to take up more space, by all means, take up more space. Be abundant. If you are being overshadowed by a Jupiter-type figure in your life, what this is saying is go ahead and expand and let them do their thing. If you are taking up too much space, that is a thing that can happen. What I'm getting from this card is like, put yourself in the shoes of someone unfamiliar to you. So if there's like a relationship that you're not getting along with in the right way, like if something feels off, try to put yourself in their shoes. Try to learn from their experiences. Try to experience life from their perspective. And then check yourself and ask, like, am I intruding on their space? And what I'm doing for others, is it really in their highest good? Or am I doing too much? I love that saying from this generation's teenagers. Brah, you're doing too much. It's like, it feels good to my soul. Maybe I am doing too much. Maybe I don't need to do all that. Chantel says, wow, bird song for me. Listen to the music from a different culture. Expand education and cultural knowledge for me. Jess, this resonates so much. Me as well. Yeah. Pollyannish is a new word for me. All right, guys. Who can define Pollyanna? You guys know I don't have the biggest vocabulary, but I have a lot of followers who do. It says, watch out for magical thinking and a Pollyanna avoidance of problems. Toxic positivity. Love it, Mary Alice. Thank you. Karen, late as usual. You know, you're always right on time. You were brought here at the exact right time. A reminder to plan out my Christmas donating. Jupiter spoke of generosity. Only do it if it feels good to you and if it's actually beneficial to the person you're giving it to, you know? So throughout Capricorn season, look at the size of your boundaries is also what I'm feeling with Jupiter. It's all about expanding and abundance. Card number 2, how to best utilize the energy of the sun in Capricorn. What we got was card number 51, the card of conjunction, and the message is alliance, which we have the sun conjunct Mercury right now. Anytime two celestial bodies conjunct, meaning they dance close together, they first work together and blend meaning and purpose, then begin a new cycle of their relationship. The sun and moon conjunct at the new moon. But because the sun is overpoweringly huge, it has special rules. Planets are so tiny compared to the sun that when they are close, within 8 degrees of the sun, they seem to disappear or combust or lose individual power. But when planets exactly conjunct the sun, their strength merges and grows within the heart of the sun. The conjunction tells us we are stronger together when we work together, as long as we don't disappear into another's flame. Co-conspire. Find people and allies who support your ideas, as this is not a situation in which to go it alone. Bring in someone with an extra skill to offer to your project. Find the best friend to discuss your concerns with, or spark off a new partnership. Watch the energy build as you bounce ideas off of another person. Just take care of your own energy fields and ideas in this process. If you have merged your energy with a partner, teacher, or coworker, or are considering merging, notice what strengthens you and where you might need to step back and individuate. Find your own paradigm and technique. It can be lovely to love someone with a sun-like personality, warm, expansive, though at times exhausting, but don't combust. If it's time to align your life with another's, Think of the line from the poet Rilke, R-I-L-K-E, Rilke. Love consists of this: two solitudes protect and border and greet each other. Let this be a yoking of two or more equals, a partnership that works best when each brings gifts and challenges to the table. The challenge of the conjunction: be wary of relationships that ask you to shrink yourself to fit with them, and value the conjunction over individual growth. The gift of the conjunction: a conjunction can become greater than the sum of the parts. Hefty, hefty, hefty. Don't be wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Sun in Capricorn is here to help us realize what kind of boundaries we're setting with the people in our lives. Are we working together, or is one outshining the other? My experience with people trying to outshine each other is all from like a lack of security. It's all like an insecurity. I need to do more to prove that I'm doing enough. This is so resonating with my personal life right now. It's just so interesting. And I feel like it's resonating with a lot of you guys as well. But the conjunction card is letting us it's asking us to reevaluate the roles in the relationships. Are you working together, or is one way outshining the other? Are you being outshined, or are you doing the outshining? That's a tough question to ask. But the universe wants you to work with someone right now, utilizing each other's skills and gifts. Yes, Chantel, the challenge: be wary of relationships that ask you to shrink yourself to fit them, and value the conjunction over individual growth. Be wary of relationships that value the conjunction over individual growth. Partnerships are only as strong as the individuals are strong themselves. So when you're free to work on yourself, and the other person is free to work on themselves, it's natural that the relationship is going to thrive. This is complex, and I know that the third card is going to wrap it all up. Jonathan Reel. Karen, learning to scale back, really hard for givers. Saying this with all the love in the world, because I've worked through this and I think I'm still working through it, but like, who assigned you the role of giving? Who assigned you the role of healing, everyone? I'll share what my personal experience is after I read the third card, because I know it's all tied. Leah, wow, so apt. Leanne, love it. Michelle, boundaries are tricky for me. I'm working on that and sticking to them. Wow, this is resonating. See, what is a conjunction? It's when two planets are exactly together. Christine, oh, I think this is making my relationship bigger, full of abundance. Julie, wow, 2 was really my card. Melissa, resonating so much. Andrea, perfect to hear for what I'm working with. All right, card number 3, how to best utilize the Sun in Capricorn energy. Card 3 brings us card number 1, Aries, act. This is just like exactly what's happening in the sky. We have the Jupiter conjunct the moon. And I also made note that the North Node is in Aries. It's time for all of us to put our highest selves first. Aries asks you to remember your personal fire, your reasons for being alive. It pumps up the volume on your life force. Its energy is raw, exhilarated, direct, rude, passionate, and looking for a challenge. Use your wisdom to focus this raw power and give it a goal. Aries is the cardinal fire sign whose fresh, brash enthusiasm is symbolized by a headstrong ram. It rules the head and imbues initiation, new beginnings, spontaneity, rebellion, and rebirth. The sun shines here March 20 through April 20. Begin. Move into a new territory. Cut to the chase. Be a hero. Free the call to action and thoughtfully respond. Clear the air and clear the decks. Be crisp and to the point. Shoot from the hip. Set healthy boundaries just by being vibrantly alive. Express affection enthusiastically, spontaneously, and passionately. Work in short, intense bursts rather than long periods of deep concentration. Aries activates our inner adolescent. Direct orders can set off knee-jerk rebellion. Instead of telling others what to do or how they feel, express your own experience and opinion and speak in I terms. Set a challenge and let others find their own answers. Make sure all sides feel heard. If a person feels torn between meeting their own needs and meeting another's, they'll take care of their own needs first, so don't set this up as an either-or situation. Aries energy boils over quickly. If a situation threatens to erupt in conflict, get out, take a break, and come back later. The challenge of Aries: accidents increase when you are in a hurry, rushing through a project, or impatiently distracted. This flammable temperament can spark inspiration or spark a conflagration? What? Conflagration. Can someone tell me what that means? Proceed with caution. Fire. Thank you, Suzanne. Spark a fire. And the gift of Aries. Aries marks the beginning of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. After a long, dark winter, the dead landscape comes alive. Plants that were shorn of leaves or dormant now breathe new life. This is a brave miracle, and it can be your miracle. Feel the flowing inner life force, trust this divine direction, and summon the courage to begin. So, how to best utilize the sun in Capricorn for our highest good? Put yourself first. Aries is like the super confident I am energy. This is what I am. This is what I'm going to do for me and my needs, and you get to do the same for you and your needs. A long card, yeah. So, in this reading, right, how to best utilize the sun in Capricorn, look at how much space you're taking up. Just notice, is it enough? Is it too much? Are you outshining other people? Are they outshining you? Are you working together for your highest good? For your highest good? Or are you trying to outshine the other person? Or is the other person outshining you? Put your own needs first. Get your needs met. Do so in a matter-of-fact, blunt, just this is what I need. Not doing it to hurt you. I'm doing it to get my needs met. Quick story. One more card and one more card. You'll know. Quick story, which is actually super interesting. This morning, for whatever reason, I had this rush of like, I gotta stop babying my husband. That's it. I just have to stop, like, doing it for him, healing him for him, telling him how to heal himself. I'm not like shoving it down his throat like I used to with other people, but I'm at the point where I like wrote it all out in a letter today, and I'm like detaching from putting more effort into his healing than he is. And that's what this feels like. Husband has a Sagittarius stellium. He is Jupiter. His sun is the Jupiter sign. His moon is the sun. His moon is in Leo, whatever. Big personality, right? Outshining. But this is me putting my needs first. I'm saying, like, I'm getting a little burnt out from putting more emotional effort into your healing than you are. I can expect a confrontation, but who knows? Maybe he'll completely understand. But that's the thing. Like, it's time to take responsibility, to have the ability to respond to your own needs. Like, that's what this is so strongly screaming out to me. And then what I also think is interesting is right as the sun enters Capricorn, Mercury, which is conjunct the sun right now, conjunction, Mercury is right there, and Mercury is going to travel back into Sagittarius as it retrogrades. And Sagittarius is Jupiter. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So I just feel like that's where our mind is going to go, is the Sag energy. Like, explore, look at it from the other person's perspective. What's best for them, right? It's not best for him that I'm the one reminding him, hey, did you meditate today? Hey, did you take this supplement today? Hey, did you do this today? Like, it's not going to help him if I'm coddling him through the growth. So I'm putting my needs first, which in turn is putting his needs first. And I'm allowing both of us to work for our highest good to make the relationship the best it can be. I just think this is on point, and I hope that little anecdote helped you guys. Let's see, Karen's in Aries. What else are you guys talking about? You're welcome. Elena, cut to the chase, let others find their own answers. Jonathan, it's tough love. I love tough love. It feels scary at first when you're given a dose of tough love, but it's like totally for you. It's totally what everyone needs in the end. Hi, Erica. Merry Christmas. I love it. Something I needed to hear, Leah. Michelle, all the cards are powerful. We have two more. Because I'll tell you. Emily, I got 2 new roommates, and all 3 speak to the conflicts of living with new people I'm working through. Yeah. This is what Capricorn season's going to be for you. Redefining your boundaries, learning your boundaries, and enforcing them. Aries and Capricorn are both cardinal signs, so plenty of move forward energy this season. I love that, Jean. Yeah, Jackie knows. Jackie's met Paul online. Huge personality. And that's been my thing, that I'm receiving help from a Leo friend to take up space. I have, this is I'm big here, but like I'm a little Venus. I'm a Taurus Libra. I'm a little Venus. He's a big Sun Jupiter. It's just interesting. You were relating it to your hubby too. Yeah. Pamela, important to realize that it's not his fault that you were doing that, for all of us to recognize that in our own stories. Absolutely. It's no one's fault. It's just something that my emotions have caused me to understand, to notice, because my emotions are telling me it's not an even exchange for his life, Christine, that's spot on for you. Jackie and Paul, I was thinking that's what I'm doing with decluttering. Make him responsible, but not forcing, rather leading by example. He needs to choose to do it. Yes. Chantel, I so feel you, Jackie. Feeling this way with my partner too. I'm growing and healing, but feel he isn't, and try to make him see this. Also putting boundaries in with him, and he is struggling with this. Right. Anytime that you take away support, even if it's unhealthy support, anytime you take away support, there's going to be a readjustment. It doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing or the bad thing. Eliza needed to hear that. Thank you for sharing. You've given me inspiration to do the same. It's scary. It sucks. Feels like you can be abandoning, and that's the last thing I want to do, but like it's for the highest good of both of us in the end. These cards are amazingly aligned. Just wait. Diana's coddling my husband with green juice and supplements. And that's like, I'm trying to learn the balance. I love being the nurturing wife. I love that. I will happily do that. But when I'm not being met with the same amount of excitement, like I'm not going to keep just giving and giving and giving if it's not being utilized. Hello, Fiorella. April, this whole session helped me solve a big problem I have with one of my employees. Love it. Found a solution in the correctness of following my leads. Lori, thank you for sharing that. I see that I do that with my spouse, and I also overpower her sometimes too. I need to step back and let her be. Love it, Lori. Liz, that resonates with me. We actually just had that discussion a couple days ago. Jan with Aries in North Node and Libra South Node. I'm a Libra Sun. Is there something I should consider? I chose card 3. Are you people pleasing? sit with that question. And that's not just because your sun is in Libra, that's for everyone, but it could be more highlighted for you. Are you people pleasing? Suzanne, my almost adult children is home working on huge projects, taking up all the oxygen. Frankly, want to be supportive, but it can be draining. Yes, I am not a mother yet, but maybe I'm working through this husband-child relationship before I become a real mother of real children. I love him so much. I'm joking because I love him. I think you've told us to say it once and let someone else pick up on what you're saying. Otherwise, move on, right? Yep. Say it once. Okay, just because as I was shuffling, right, the 3 cards fell out, and then this card was face up in the middle of the deck. Like, it flipped itself over, so it's worth reading, especially because it's the Capricorn card. So I'm going to read this card because it flipped up, asking how to best utilize the sun in Capricorn. Then I'm going to pull one more card from one more deck, but this one is just like a bonus because it was so relevant. Love that it flipped up. Capricorn, number 10, achieve. Capricorn asks us to dive deep into the sea of collective consciousness to find a worthy dream and then work on it and walk it to the mountaintops. Capricorn, the cardinal earth sign, is ruled by Saturn. Its symbol is a mer-goat, half sea creature, half mountain goat, and the sign is connected to our bones and knees, the equipment we use to climb stairs and achieve our goals. The sun shines in Capricorn December 21st to January 20. This situation needs a good and healthy structure, foundations upon which you can solidly build. Capricorn imbues ambition and drive, determination, willpower, and precision. When used with integrity, these qualities culminate in the gift of leadership. The Mer-goat reminds us to dive into spirit, into the dream world, get a vision for the good of all sentient beings, then do the work needed to manifest it. Find motivation, set a goal, and build with integrity. Mountain goats climb easily up and down, but aren't as comfortable on flat terrain. Capricorn energy can leave you depressed when you feel flat and see no progress. If you can't fish, mend the nets. Look for what can be done now and make it a project. Make short-term plans that take you to medium-term goals and help you climb your mountain over time. Celebrate each step. Capricorn encourages you to practice skills and develop spiritual disciplines. Learn to control yourself, not others. Lead rather than dictate. Look for guidance from elders or experts and grow your personal authority. Develop confidence through your portfolio. Observe and savor not what you think you can or can't do, but what you've actually done. The challenge of Capricorn: keep an eye on the power dynamics. Without integrity, Capricorn ambition can enable gross manipulation. Control a tendency to become controlling or manipulative when feeling anxious. Do not fall in love with others' competence. Let it inspire your own. And the gift of Capricorn: wisdom grown over time and through mature experience is the gift of Capricorn, as is connection to the spiritual traditions and disciplines that offer a sound foundation for our evolution. I'm going to leave it at that. There was like so much that resonated with the whole reading, with the whole astrology explanation. Climb, taking small term goals, medium term goals, you'll get there. Do what's best for you, do what's best for everyone in the situation. That was amazing. We're not even done yet. We have one more card. That was just so perfect. Wrapped it all up. Suzanne, oh my God, this talk of bones and climbing and steps in a boot now for a broken ankle. Been broken for months, apparently. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I know that you got out of that card exactly what you needed. This replay is going to be on YouTube. Not done. I'm just rushing to get to the next card because that's what I do. This replay is going to be on YouTube. I always record my sessions and I throw them up on my page. So just search my name on YouTube, or you can go into my Insight Timer bio where you can find my link tree. All my links are there, including YouTube. So we're going to pull one more card from one more deck just to make it as complicated as possible, Jacqui Mancuso style. And we're going to use a new deck, never used before on Insight Timer. Whoa! We're going to use the Divine Masters Oracle. You can even see it. It's so holographic. Who can we call upon for support in creating and enforcing boundaries? Who can we call upon for support in creating and enforcing boundaries? Good morning, Rochelle. Resonating with Capricorn and Aries reads explains a lot right now. The stagnant Capricorn energy resonates. Well, it's all right. We've actually, so the Capricorn energy available up until now has been Mercury retrograde. Stagnant review, you know? Tomorrow evening, whatever, just pretend it's Friday. That's when the sun starts to shine. So it's okay that it's been stagnant. That's been the point of it. Feel free to send your energy into these cards, asking who can we call upon for support in creating and enforcing boundaries. This is such a beautiful reading. I'm so happy. If you've been enjoying today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, always appreciated. If you have not yet followed me on Insight Timer, you can consider to do so that you can see when I post my classes. We always do this structure. It's always the astrology, the current astrology, what it means, and then how to bring it into your life with the oracle cards. If this astrology thing is resonating with you, I also have that Patreon group, Embody Astrology. We meet about twice a month, sometimes more, depending on whatever the season brings. But it's a more in-depth, this is what this upcoming season is about. We just had the Capricorn meeting yesterday. I went fully into depth. I dissected the sea goat. I dissected Saturn, dissected the 10th house, blah, blah, blah. And then I give an embodiment technique for each season. So feel free to join us. Check it out. The link is in my link tree as well. Julie, this is the Divine Masters Oracle deck. Thank you so much for your donation, Rochelle. I appreciate it. April, this season truly solved a huge problem. This session truly solved a huge problem and stress I've had for months and months concerning my business. Patreon, got it. Yeah, you're here all the time. It's just extra. It's cheap too. It's $12 a month. Like, it's not a huge contribution. And then I do have plans to switch it up in March for more benefits, but join now. All the replays are there too. So if you want to watch back the whole zodiac, right? If you want to have a deeper understanding of Aries, of Cancer, of Taurus, the replays are there for you to watch. Jackie says, Embody Astrology has been amazing. It just gets better and better each month. Thank you. I agree. We become more comfortable, and I don't know. It's just been cool. It's great. Everything always gets better the more you do it. Who can we call upon for support in creating and enforcing our boundaries? Isis. It is the energy of reclaiming magic. And the short message is call back your power and what is rightfully yours. Isis is one of the foremost goddesses of ancient Egypt. She is a high priestess, goddess, and mother figure all in one. and is associated with the energies of the moon, magic, love, and conquering the underworld. Through her life experiences, connections, and understanding of magical forces, she has wisdom to offer us. Isis is a keeper of magical energy. She is dedicated to helping those who feel called to connect with the magic within. She helps us see that magic isn't something that comes to us, but an energy we awaken within. She is particularly drawn to those stepping into and honoring the divine feminine, and those who are reclaiming aspects of themselves or their power that have had to be left behind. It is time to be your whole self. The parts of yourself that have had to be left behind are now ready to return. This is a time to stop playing small and to step back into your greatness. If you feel something or someone has pushed you away from your most authentic self, the power of magic is guiding you to take the reins back into your own hands. Don't let anyone or anything stop you from being who you were born to be. Let your voice be heard. Let your gifts be seen. Let your power be revealed. If you feel that you have lost or forgotten parts of yourself due to situations beyond your control, know that these fragments are not lost, but waiting to be reclaimed. Call back all the fragments of your innocence, gifts, talents, vulnerability, heart, and anything else that might be out there in the universe. This is a powerful moment of spiritual awakening, and the world is here to be your witness. Welcome home to yourself. That's pretty cool. I know this was on your vision board, Isis. So Isis wants to help us while we create and enforce our boundaries. How is she going to do that? She's going to remember you that you are whole. You get to shine. You get to use your voice. You get to take up space just as much as anyone else does in this world. That feels nice. I don't know much about Isis. I love her horns, as we had Aries and Capricorn, the ram and the goat. And I know that that's the sun, right? Is it the sun? But it looks like Jupiter. One thing about magic, trying to think about how to set this up. We're all magical. We all have powers of magic. They've just been a little bit suppressed and hidden because of how powerful they are. In the tarot, the magician is ruled by Mercury. Abracadabra doesn't, oh my gosh, the exact translation is something about like, I speak it and so it is, or something like that. The magician is Mercury, is the mind, is the communication. Your thoughts are powerful. Your words are powerful. You spell your words. You create magic with spelling as you speak. What you say invokes magic. So when it comes to setting your boundaries, especially with this Isis card, speak up for what you want. Get clear on what you want first. You have to do that for yourself, in yourself, and then speak it into existence. You know, how much time are you focused on speaking about what you don't want? You're speaking that into existence. Thank you, Jackie, for your donation. I appreciate it. And Tracy and Jean, thank you so much. I'm glad that this is helpful to you guys. Let's see. Christine says, join us in Embody Astrology. It's been informative and a blast, too. It is. It's a hoot. Karen, I want to join, but I work during the day, would not be able to participate on a regular basis. I hear that. Another Karen loves my dog sleeping on my couch. That's Darla. She's the best. Time to be your whole self, Patty. Christine says, Karen, you get the replays, which are worth joining just for the info Jacqui gives. Plus, you can join us in our chats on Patreon and Discord. Thank you for saying that, Christine. I always forget. Drizel, yes, awakening my inner magic. Suzanne, wow, Melinda, beautiful, needed to hear this. Jacqui, I love calling back the fragments of yourself. I feel that in my soul. Interesting. Oh my gosh, especially with all of this, like, mothering energy, right? I don't know if I'm just going off on my own tangent. Wow, it was 1:11 and 11 seconds on the timer when I looked up at that. I don't know if it's just me who's feeling that, like, over-nurturing, doing too much, giving too much, trying to control your life, trying to manipulate your path because I know what's best for you energy, or if that's what all you guys are experiencing. But so I've talked a lot about energy cords as well, creating energetic cords of attachment. And what we tend to do is to release the cords of attachment that others have placed on us. But cords of attachment are often placed unknowingly. So if you've attached to needing to help a person, needing to be connected to this person because I need to nourish them, I need to guide them, I need to do what's best for them, like that can also create a cord of attachment. So calling back all parts of yourself could be calling back the cords that you have unconsciously attached to other people's energy bodies, because that can be a siphon of your own energy. So call back all parts of yourself, call back all of your energy, call back everything that is you. See, even Darla, she's reacting. Look at, she's got her little paw going. She's like digging it back in. Nothing is a coincidence. I love when Darla responds to what I'm talking about. She's helping us. She's a helper. Bonnie, there was a show when I was a kid and I was obsessed. What's the name of that show, Bonnie? Oh Mighty Isis? Was that a show? Suzanne, Bonnie, yes, they would say, oh, mighty Isis, and she would help them. Who did you say the magician rules? The magician in tarot is Mercury. It's the card of Mercury. Mercury is your mental plane, thoughts, ideas, communication. Thank you, Christine, for your donation. Roxy, thank you for sharing your gifts. Thank you for giving me a platform to share them too. I'm learning. I'm always learning about myself. I love learning about myself. I work best when I have a direct point to answer. When I have a question to answer, when I have a topic to discuss, that's when I work best. So thank you for giving me these questions so that I can give my best self back to you guys. I'm noticing that when people come to like get help from me and they just sit there and they expect to receive something, I don't know where to start. So I really love when you guys have these specific questions for me. I love them. They work well with my energy and it allows me to give in the way that I like giving. So that's cool. The Secrets of Isis was the show. Cool. Bonnie, yes, I said that in my head as soon as I saw Isis. I think it's just so cool. You guys are talking about children. I'm happy that I'm learning this lesson before I have children. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's that's why. Because I don't want to... Melinda, I love what you said about cords. It's so rehabbing for my situation. Suzanne says there was an animated show called Super Friends. Do you have any tracks to help with this? Oh, have I done a cord cutting? There's a cord cutting on my YouTube channel. And was it from Insight Timer? I feel like I led a cord cutting on Insight Timer. I recorded it and it's on my YouTube channel. I have different playlists and I'm pretty sure it's in the guided meditation playlist on my YouTube channel. But I'm sure if you just search Jacqui Mancuso cord cutting, it'll come up. Jacqui, the name of the Isis show was Secrets of Isis. Darla really wants you guys to watch that show. She's like running towards it. With her 3 legs. Can you guys tell? She does not have this top, or wait. Yeah, the top leg is there. She doesn't have the bottom leg. She's missing her back right leg. And we always wonder if when she's dreaming, if she dreams with 4 legs. Very sweet girl. I could be here forever, but I'm going to enforce my time boundary, even though I'm already 15 minutes over. But I have to edit this stuff to get it on YouTube. I have to send all my thank yous. I have to send stuff to Bonnie so that Bonnie can help us. Bonnie's gonna put the she's gonna put the oracle card descriptions in our spiritual community, which is the group that I have here on Insight Timer. This replay will be on my YouTube channel later today. You can find my Patreon Embody Astrology group in my Insight Timer profile. Just click on the link that's in there in the About section. That'll take you to my link tree where you can find all my socials. You can get on my email list. You can work with me one-on-one. You can find my Patreon. You can find my podcast. There's so much. So much. Melinda says, thank you so much. We'll donate on your page because I have Apple. Thank you guys for all of your donations. Very much appreciated. Love it. Love it. Needed to hear all of this today. Thank you. Joining your YouTube as well. Gonna cut some cords today. Phew. Oh, I love it. And the comment about YouTube was removed. It's just interesting. Just interesting. I have all positive intentions for myself and all. I share freely, I receive freely. It is what it is. Thank you guys for being here today. I'll be back on Wednesday to talk about Mercury retrograde going back into Sagittarius. So it's a time of noticing your boundaries. Big release. I'm so light at heart because of the solution. Thank you. Merry Christmas, April. Thank you as well. I'll see you guys on Friday. Yes. Sending love to all. Namaste. Take care.